The Odyssey is one of the greatest stories ever written. Composed by Homer nearly 3,000 years ago, it has been remembered as one of history's greatest sea voyages. But while the world waits to watch history's most famous voyage, another one is quietly beginning. Open a world map. Find India, look carefully. To the west, the Arabian Sea. To the east, the Bay of Bengal. And to the south, the Indian Ocean. Every Odyssey begins with a map, a coastline stretching over 7,500 kilometers, sitting at the crossroads of some of the busiest shipping routes on Earth. If geography alone decided destiny, India should have been one of the world's greatest shipbuilding nations. India manufactures, India exports. Nearly 95% of our trade by volume moves through the sea. Yet, one opportunity remained largely untapped. While China, South Korea, and Japan together account for nearly 90% of the world's commercial shipbuilding, India's share is still under 1%. Commercial shipbuilding isn't built overnight. It demands sustained investment, specialized infrastructure, advanced technology, and long-term policy support. And today, India's Odyssey is finally gaining momentum. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India is steadily laying the foundation for a stronger shipbuilding ecosystem. The first signal came when India unveiled its first indigenously manufactured shipping container. Soon after, Maersk ordered nearly 1,000 Indian-made containers. The next signal was even bigger. Maersk wasn't just buying Indian containers anymore. It began discussions with Indian shipyards to build commercial ships in India, starting with smaller vessels before expanding to much larger ships as India's capabilities grow. These aren't naval vessels, they're commercial cargo ships that transport global trade. The initial discussions are for vessels of around 3,000 TEUs, with the possibility of much larger ships in the future. Think about what that means. One of the world's largest shipping companies is now looking towards Indian shipyards. It reflects growing confidence in India's manufacturing capabilities and signals that India is steadily emerging in a sector long dominated by a handful of countries. And Maersk isn't alone. Global shipbuilding leaders such as HD Hyundai have also been exploring partnerships with Indian shipyards, signaling growing international confidence in India's commercial shipbuilding ambitions. This momentum is also being backed by policy. Recognizing the strategic importance of the sector, the government has announced a Rs 69,725 crore package to strengthen India's shipping ecosystem. It includes a 25,000 crore rupees Maritime Development Fund, support for modern shipbuilding clusters, green shipping initiatives, and measures to strengthen India's overall port and shipping infrastructure. That vision is already moving from policy to execution. New shipbuilding and ship repair clusters have now been approved in Gujarat, strengthening the infrastructure needed for India's long-term ambitions. The objective isn't just to build ships, it's to make India a much larger participant in the global ocean economy. India aims to become one of the world's top 10 shipbuilding nations by 2030 and among the top 5 by 2047. By then, the sector is estimated to represent an economic opportunity worth nearly $237 billion. For a country that sits at the heart of the Indian Ocean, this is about turning geography into economic strength. The world is rethinking supply chains. Global companies are looking beyond traditional manufacturing hubs. India has an opportunity to emerge not just as a country that manufactures for the world, but as one that also builds the ships carrying the world's trade. And it isn't just the government placing this bet, private industry is too. The Tata Group has announced plans to invest nearly $1 billion into India's shipbuilding sector. Another sign that India's story is beginning to attract long-term capital. India's coastline was always an advantage. The oceans were always there. What was needed was a long-term vision to transform that natural advantage into national capability. Today, the Modi government is investing across the entire value chain, from ports and logistics to financing, shipbuilding, and green shipping, with the vision of making India a global shipping powerhouse. 3,000 years ago, Homer imagined one of history's greatest voyages. Today, India is writing one of its own. India's Odyssey has only just begun.